and it's in 3 parts, like I said. The first is see, the second is leave, and the third is land. Literature. See. At the literary cafe, I tap on my HP laptop just in from the back room where Tremont's self-named pretentious artists are drawing Jerry's portrait. Too many people showed up to draw for my pretentious computer and me to fit, so I sit at the bar with a goblet of Samuel Adams drafting this poem, happy for an excuse to watch the proprietor draw me another. If this were not Cleveland, but Bar Harbor, Maine, Hinkle Mountain Cemetery, even hell, Michigan, I might not tell you that I know what it's like to be dead. And I know who I am when dead more than I do when alive, when my shirt's off and the jailhouse tattoo around my navel shows faded black. I need a vacation from gesticulation, from this bonanza of kicks and scarred tricks and the makeshift matrix that began as a poetry and seems to have been licked and chipped into a crucifix for your chewing and spewing measure. I crave a break from vanity and my own worst enemy, and this ear-grabbing Bowie, both the now playing fame and the knife. So I sit at the bar in your literary cafe, considering drawn lines that do and don't compute, quietly and methodically freaking out and feeling both more and less gray, both swifter than fascination and slower than incarceration, both lower than a sucker and higher than a fuck you can easily lead my blood, both more and less you than me, and truer than what you might expect in the face of this illusion and disillusion. I wane and wax well, literate and ill, iterate my compulsion to get with it or to hit it like the road, not as faultless as I seem, rode by forces I can't name and unsure, both at sea and on shore. I try scraping the sky, take pride in my architecture, exaggerate my height, but tend to sink and erode and aspirate undrawn water when thrown in certain literary streams, because that's what you expect of the buildings you've helped erect of this half-sentient sandstone. Every drop, every door, every moor, every spinning top, every stop on the merry-go-round, every button on my shirt is a hiding from hurt. Now I'm tired, out of cash. My last glass is empty, so we head home together. Her portraits are finished, almost suitable for naming. Mine are not. Part 2, leave. If you want to. I don't need you. I've pretense usness to spare. Bella, double, toil and treble, bass and waste, a briefly pretty face, and a haste to erase every place I've ever known. I grow wild and beautiful, lift light from under stones, roam where I want to, leave where I sit, shit, steamy, sleep, dreamy. Recall creaming Cassie, who I met through Melissa, who listened to Eno and Fripp and made me lose my grip like rail by the pound and sounded like larks' tongues in Telecon served with lamb on Broadway. Hand over my basket, bawl for the bliss of exposure, and a kiss under evening star, a Newman, inexplicably loving Collins's feel. I jumped pre-1984 into the fountain named after her. Found her later at the mall with my real gal. Left the latter and reconnected with Melissa in downtown Elyria and never gave a thought to see, leave, land, where my mom worked at the psych hospital. I loved her efficiently. across from the high school till she heard about my black girlfriend and ended things and got with the guy who became Daniel's father before I wondered whether I was dad and she had second thoughts about us both, not Daniel. I found her later at the gay bar in Lorraine, loved her again, whirled and shared like our word children, my black faux brother, my bisexual red-haired lover on Gulf Road, and she gave me my second hit of LSD. And though I continued to leave, I began to see further into the mouth of what Cleveland might be. She was my introduction to poetry while she wrote, and my graduate course when she quit. She was my it, and, but, and or, my Marillion, and uncountable millions and more as our gulf widened and finally broke. Wreck her. She was all that music, and I was her once. I cry because I can't be still. Part 3, Land. Under the Tremont firelight, with Flintstone aliens stun gunning for Barney, El Diablo selling blarney, trying to get lit like the others. But he's a poor entrepreneur these days, getting gray and feeling in the way like they feel to him. But before waxing grim, he orders another Sam Adams draft from the cafe owner, taking pleasure in the thought that someone takes his orders, even if no one follows. I can't stop now. I'm on the verge of a major revelation, and I'm gonna share it, no matter whether you approve, as soon as I know what it is. Meanwhile, we return to the Flintstone aliens, wide-eyed and warm beneath the faux fireplace affixed to the bar wall, while he awaits the inevitable, insatiable feat of poets on his face and hands and black abdomen that fades into the rug background, making it appear as though he is all eyes and gloved hands and feet and green helmet. I can't stop now. I'm on the verge of a major revelation. But it is 40 minutes after the poetry reading was set to begin, and I'm out of beer and still not in, and lit or not, my home, soul, or system awaits. Thank you kindly. Okay, yeah, that was a long one, but